We never got that yet,
I can't remember.
Did y'all get the dog doctor in, I see?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't need no help?
We text you.
No, you did not. I feel bad every year. All you gotta do is text me.
Actually, it
I'm
was,
worried about
what day, what?
Get 17.5.
No, we ended up taking off work to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
How
No, we
you
didn't.
feeling?
What day was it? Saturday?
Let's get 21.
That was on a Saturday this time of year.
I'll probably sit at home twiddling my thumbs.
Yes, as soon as we open, you're first on that.
No worries. The ones I did text,
Oh, I'm not special enough.
well, the ones I did text said they did it.
Yeah.
But we got plenty.
Right. Oh, yeah, we have more than enough. All right, I'm gonna call to order here. Welcome everybody. That's here. We'll start off with the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, can I get a motion to approve the last regular meeting minutes?
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Vote carries 5-0. Thank you. All right.
Yes.
All right, we're getting that signed. We got a guest here today, Chad Bruce. If you'd like to get that.
This is exciting. This is the first time seeing local government in action. It's awesome. No, I'm.
Normal people.
Yeah, they're just no country people.
Hey, that's fine. No, I'm here to just talk about the utility bill that I've got pending that we've got over in the Spencer County Court. The judge has kicked it back to the town. This is the third time to try to get it settled out. I don't know if the town doesn't have I couldn't find a written public policy on utility bill adjustments. One of the things that I had presented to the court was that every utility that I could find around this area, and I've got them if you guys want to see them, offers some kind of adjustment on not only the sewer, but also the water, up to and including 100%, which I'm not asking for. But the cause of the bill, which was $6,000 a little over, was a hidden leak underneath the house. And I don't live in town. I got the bill for that where I just discovered that there was obviously a problem within a week of getting served the court papers. And then in the interim, we had 4 feet of water underneath the trailer too. So I mean, I did not have a chance to really figure out what was going on until we went to court. It ended up being a main line from the meter to the house that blew. Anyway, but since the last court date, I did receive an adjusted bill that had the sewer taken off of it. There were 4,000 or 5,000 additional gallons that were released after the service was shut off after the flooding, which I don't think I should be responsible for because the water should have been off. It should have been turned on to check anything because it was still within that. But I'm just here today to ask for an adjustment on that water portion of the bill because $3,000 is a lot of money. I drive a 25-year-old truck. I live in an 800 square foot house. One of the things that I had posed to the court at the last court date was, if I was the single mother that lives next door to that property that has 3, 4 kids, whatever she has, I don't think the town would be going after her for $3,000. I think they would work with her, and I don't remember if it was Donna or, can't remember the other lady's name. Stacy. When I had said that, I heard the response, agreeing, yeah, you probably wouldn't do that. So I'm asking for, fair treatment, by the town in this case, because $3,000 is a lot. And it's not like I turned a tap on and left it or, something crazy like that. It was a hidden leak underneath the trailer. So I'm just asking for some kind of help with that so that we can settle it. The other thing I have, and just looking out for the town, what I'd be afraid of for the town, since there seems to be no policy there, you know, the judge has kicked it back to you guys 3 times rather than making a ruling on it. What I'm afraid of is, I mean, maybe good for me that he would rule in my favor and say, hey, you know, we're gonna do this, is that would set a legal precedent, you know, for a policy in you guys in the town, and that's not necessarily a good thing either. So, you know, I'd like to get it settled, and then I would hope that as a utility board, the town council would then come up with some kind of a written public policy for that. That way you don't have this issue ever again. You know, I don't want, you know, last thing I want is for the town to end up in a pickle over it, you know. I
What do
just
your
want that.
regular bills usually run?
That's $63.
Yeah.
So how much was,
That's with somebody living there, only.
They never used over 200 or 300 gallon. They were just coming up on weekends. It was never. It was never.
63 cents.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
63
mentioned in
cents.
court that, you know, I know a lot of utilities do like take your average bill and then do that, and I don't think that's fair either because, you know, we don't live there. I had offered like $500, you know, cause I can come up with that and pay it, you know, to settle it out. Because, you know, I want it to be fair for you guys too. You know, I don't have much of a bill. I don't think it's fair to average that out. You know, but whatever you guys think is fair, if we can settle it here, I'd, you know, like to do that. If not, there is the court date for the 7th, and we can let the judge decide. But I don't want that to end up being something that causes you guys issues down the road with, you know, a county judge basically setting some kind of a policy for the town, because that's not how that works, you know. So
so
that's
how many months did this go on, guys?
the billing for the leak was in it was the
February.
And it was just for
That was
February?
it was January 16th to February 14th was the majority of the bill. There was so you're talking about there's another few hours after that time
yeah
frame
the
for
billing
5,000 gallons.
yeah the billing for the leak happened in March, and I got the bill in April, and then there was some billing from April
No, thank you.
Yeah.
for that extra 4,300 gallons.
Yeah, that was I'll explain that. The reason that was
You were
there.
checking after this.
Well, no, I
after the flood.
read the meter that morning. I seen you had a leak. Because it's not instant when you read them. And there's about 5 hours till I got to it and shut it off. So that 4,300 gallons is from the same day that I shut it off. After I did the initial read, it's still pulling. And I didn't know you had a leak until I got back here and did everything.
And downloaded the machine.
Cause it ain't instant right there, is it?
No.
No, they don't say, hey, there's a leak here.
Yeah.
You don't know that. And
Just check the water.
And what I do is I come back and I print it all off and I say, well, these are the leaks, and I go around and check different ones and plus whatever else is going on in town. 5 hours later is when I got to it.
Oh,
Sam, is the cameras on?
Hmm?
Are the cameras on? So,
Only thing I know is what Grandview's always done is, make a payment plan. Well, I remember ever anybody ever doing.
And that, at the end of the day, whenever you made that comment, yeah, you know, we try to take care of all of our people around here, no matter if it's the single mom or what.
Right.
That $3,000 has to get paid by somebody, right?
Right.
Either it's a town of Grandview or it's the property owner that, you know, kind of let their property slip or whatever happened. That's kind of on the property owner. If it was on Grandview's side, we can help you out. But so the best that, and I think, whatever the board decides, the best that we're going to be able to do is set you up with a payment plan. That way you don't have to, you know, nobody can come up with $3,000 just out of their pocket.
Right.
We understand that, but at the end of the day, like, everybody would have to pay that because it's their own property, it's under their house, it was their line. So that's probably the best that we could do is set up a payment plan, whatever you can afford. If it takes you the rest of your life to pay it all, that's fine. Like, but we just figure that out, whatever you can pay. That's probably what I'm gonna decide on for sure.
So none of this water was used by a person?
No.
Okay,
So
No,
you did not check your property after someone left this property or something? Or?
No. We would come up here on the weekends. My father-in-law owned it, and he passed away. My wife inherited the property. We went out there just fixing up on it to the point where we would come out on the weekends because we love this town. It's a great town. So we, so we would come out here on the weekends, spend time in it. In October, I've got a heart condition.
Okay.
I had some stuff happen between October and about March where we couldn't physically come up here. My wife did come and check on the property a few times. I've got cameras out there. I've got a
Angie, he's
kid
in the
that-
Cecil trailer by the lift station, that white one that's elevated. Where? Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got a kid that comes and cuts the grass there 2-3 times a month too. So, there was people there, just not me physically, because during that few months I wasn't able to make it up there and do
So
it.
you seen no bills where there was a huge increase?
I
There's
got-
only one bill that came through, is one.
Yeah, I got that bill within a week of getting served with the court papers. And then, what was it, first part of, April that we had the flooding? It was during that point where I couldn't come up and check anything because there was 4 feet of water underneath the place, so it all worked out where it was
Yeah,
like,
the
well, the
river
next
came
week,
the flood
In the middle of all this, the river came up.
yeah, when the river came up, so, it was all like, okay, well, I got the court date's in a week, there's nothing I can do now. I had come in here, before the first court date and talked to the lady that was.
Wanda.
at the
And she
counter.
did try calling you twice.
And I gave her, I talked to her about it, she said, well, you need to talk to the town, Stacy and Donna. And I said, well, when's Stacy gonna be here? She's like, well, I'm not sure. She's like, but you need to talk to both of them. I'm like, I left my number, I said, but when they're both here, have them call me. And, I mean, I've got the town of Grandview's phone number saved on my phone, if they call, I would know.
Another thing is that we could do, after all the math gets correct, we could go at wholesale price instead of the actual, it will be cheaper, obviously, so if you would want to agree to the wholesale price after we
What's the wholesale price versus the retail?
What is the wholesale, like, per
So
gallon?
we only have one wholesale customer that we negotiate every 3 years, and that's Finch Newton, and that rate is $2.69 per thousand.
And our rate's about 33,000.
On base rate of 4,000 gallon he pays the
It's gonna
base.
be like half. I
So I
would
was going
say.
to say, you gotta make it about half.
Yeah.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
Roughly half of what you'd be
I
paying for,
honestly
so.
think that is a fair
Roughly.
deal.
Yeah,
because
so we'd be, on a $3,000 water bill, we're talking about $1,500. So in that vicinity.
Yeah, but also we still could set up a payment plan if you don't, I mean, like I said, $1,500 you still have to just come up with.
Right, well, if it's $1,500, I'm not gonna make you guys wait on that, I'll pay that. So, if we can agree to that, I'm, like I said, I want it to be fair for both of us, because I know the town has a cost incurred and,
I think we should work with him on it, and get him to wholesale, because he's willing to do that. And I understand having rental property,
Yep.
you sometimes don't get out there
Yeah,
in
there's no,
time. Either way.
And
So
you have to
the-
waste his time going.
The
on
court
the
fees,
setup.
court fees will have to be paid, and
yeah, that's what, $150 or something?
I don't know, we don't pay them,
Yeah, it's
the
something
customer
like that.
has to, but
125,
once we
150 bucks.
file, we can't make those go away.
Yeah, add
The-
that to the $1,500 or whatever, I'm fine with that.
So that you would
Plus
pay,
court fees.
you would pay court fees there.
You guys already you guys already would have paid that to file.
No,
So-
we don't pay court fees, you pay court fees.
Well, normally when you file, the judge
Municipalities-
will order, okay,
Municipalities are exempt from court fees.
okay, yeah, however that works.
I will make a strong suggestion though,
Mm-hmm.
on our rental properties when no one lives there, we go out, and do stuff, we turn the water on, we turn it back off before we leave, because of this kind of
Right.
situation,
Yeah, and it's not a rental, I mean, we went up there and, we spent 2
Either
or 3
way, if
days
you're
there
not
a
living
week.
there, you may want to,
Yeah,
it's like on vacation, you may want to shut your
Oh,
water.
absolutely, yeah.
Do you have a valve? Because they're not allowed in the meter pits, customers aren't. Do you
Right.
have a
Shut off
valve
valve.
that's
Underneath
under the trailer?
Yeah, I've got the one that's in there when I went in after this all happened, the one that's in there is rusty, so I do have another one actually in the truck, to replace that, the whole thing to make sure
Of
that I
course,
can.
from the meter to that valve,
something that we want.
Could happen
You're still,
again.
you're still
Chad,
wrapped
right,
around.
that-
Yeah.
For everybody.
So if it freezes over again, you know, from there to there, you're still gonna be in trouble.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I get both sides.
But the
So-
guys are real good about, hey, this is a way of, this is a lot more than what usually they've done it to me. They review more water than normally.
Yeah, you got a leak or something going on, yeah.
See, I've had to pay mine too.
Yeah.
I got the sewage treatment plant, but I live there, so I noticed it within a day.
Right.
Too. So I caught mine early.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't have no bill like this, but you
Right.
live away from here,